Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm Spiro Morekas. I'm stationary. Head coach Pat Skerry is mobile as he is on the buses. The team is heading to take on Iona tomorrow afternoon. And coach, back-to-back games this week as you've got Iona and you've got Morgan. But let's go back to Saturday where you got the first victory against Coppin, a game where you guys started slowly but picked up as the half came to an end and then dominated over the last 12, 15 minutes of the ball game. You had to be pleased with the way your team reacted to the early.
Yeah, I like how we responded. Obviously, like you said, we didn't get off to the start that we had hoped to. You know, Coppin plays a very fast-paced, a lot of three-point shooting, and they try to spread the floor. So I thought we didn't do a good job of guarding the ball early, and then we, settled in the second half. We got stops, and we were able to get out in transition. And then I thought we did a good job of passing the ball in the half court, and screening. And Nick Timberlake was a big beneficiary of keeping spacing, getting a lot of good open shots. So it was would have liked to finish the game a little bit better, Spiro. Obviously we're still a work in progress, but I like the way the guys responded.
Do you feel like there's some sense of normalcy over the last week that you haven't had since the season began?
No, no, not yet. It's also why I thought we needed to play some more games, before the league starts. I don't think there's anything that's a better, reality check for us than playing games and then having film to watch and show the guys afterwards, like the pace we need to do things at, the level of execution. So, the guys are working hard. And I like the group, but like I said, we need more games and we need more repetition.
Well, you're going to get it over the next 5-6 days. It's Iona on Tuesday, Morgan on Wednesday, and then you've got Madison Sunday and Tuesday of next week. So 4 games over a 7-day period. Let's talk a little bit about a couple of guys who played well for you on Saturday. First of all, Solomon Oyelamo, he had a 3-minute stretch, which is as good as he's had since he's been at Towson.
Yeah, absolutely. I should have played him more. And he will earn more minutes based on that. The last couple of games, he's rebounding the ball at a high level and scoring it and very efficient from the field. So he has a chance to become a very good post scorer for us. I still think he's got a whole nother level of energy that he can bring. And as a staff, that's what we're trying to encourage him to do.
Well, and then Charles Thompson also played a pretty good game on Saturday afternoon.
He did. Charlie has the best motor on the team. I mean, it's what you see every day in practice, and his results aren't surprising because of how hard he plays every day in practice. But we're gonna need those two guys as well as we expect Victor to obviously really move forward here. He played well for us in Connecticut, and the Coppin game was just it's just a different opponent. They don't have any post players. Moving forward, there's going to be a lot of post players for us to play against, and then I think that those 3 guys up front, and then Chris Bieku, who played pretty well for us at Mason, has been practicing well. It's going to give us a pretty good core unit up front there.
And then the bad news out of the game on Saturday was Jawan Gray got injured. So his minutes are going to have to get picked up unless he's able to get healthy again.
So we're waiting on the results for an MRI a while ago, and our worst fear is that it's a torn Achilles and that his season is over. So me and the guys and the staff, we feel for Jawan because not only is he a good player, but he's a terrific ambassador for our program. He's a great teammate. He's a superhuman being. So we've got to be mindful that if it is the worst case scenario, that we all appreciate the opportunity we have to play, and that we play for Jawan as well. And that's going to mean some other guys gobbling up a lot of minutes, all those forwards that we talked about, as well as Demetrius Mims.
All right, now you've got 2 games coming up in the next couple of days, Iona and Morgan. Iona, obviously with a new head coach, somebody people may have heard of, Mr. Rick Pitino. What do you expect to see from them on Tuesday afternoon?
Well, yeah, they're good. They're really good, and they'll be right there to win their league. Obviously, I'm a huge Coach Pitino fan growing up. Coach my Celtics. I was there for the opening night, Spiro. The opening night, we beat the Bulls. He had it going with Mercer and Billups and Antoine Walker.
He had it going. Wait. He had it going even though Larry Bird wasn't walking into that room?
No comments, Bill.
Are you gonna let him know that you were there that night? Make him feel old, maybe?
Yeah, might as well, right? Any advantage we can have,
Right.
They're very similar on offense to posture, where they have a lot of we call like false motion, and then a lot of really nice ball screen action. Some things he's added since his time in Europe. The two very good guards in Gist and number 20, who's preseason player of the year in the league, lefty, averaging 22 a game. So their guards are terrific, and offensively, defensively, we're going to face pressure, so we have to be good with the ball. We're capable of taking care of the ball much better than we have displayed, but that will be the biggest key coming into this game. If we do that, we become a tough team to play against because of our ability to guard in the half court and our ability to rebound the basketball.
And then Morgan on Wednesday, a team that, you had a great game against last year at Hill Fieldhouse. Always great when you play Morgan, a team that's on the move, on the rise in the MEAC.
Yeah, they'll be good. They had a good win over Delaware, and they beat Iona. We were trying to play the game, then we went on pause. It got canceled. We tried to play another date. It didn't work with the testing protocols after Christmas. So I'm the crazy guy that agreed to play it the next night after playing. But it was a couple things. One, it's a little bit different, but we're obviously going to have some back-to-backs in our league. And I felt like we needed one more game before we get into conference play for the reasons we stated, we talked about earlier. We just need some game experience. So, we're throwing our guys into the gauntlet a little bit, but I'm excited to see, how we respond and where we're at with that.
And then Sunday, you will open up CAA play at CQ Arena against James Madison, new head coach, Coach Byington there at Madison. So you're going to see a different system than what you're used to the last couple of years against the Dukes.
Yeah, and I haven't seen them yet. Actually, Mark and I worked together at the Charleston Spiro, believe it or not, for Tom Herrion. So we had played
you've worked everywhere. You've worked everywhere.
I guess you're right. I'm happy to rework it at Towson, I'll tell you that. But we actually played Mark's team when we won at Georgia Southern, a good Georgia Southern team, when we won that tournament in Florida a couple of years ago in the championship game. So we're expecting them to play at a much faster pace offensively with a little more spread ball screen action. Obviously, Matt Lewis is preseason player of the year in the league. So we've got some time. We'll still have 3 days to get ready for that after the after the Morgan game, and our guys are excited. And one good piece of news for Tiger fans, I think, was Jason Gibson worked out today, and hopefully he's getting a little bit closer to return. I can tell you, I was very excited watching him put the ball in the basket. So I got my fingers crossed, hoping that that's coming back soon. And then I give you a little trivia, Spiro. This is the N95 mask. These are what we're required to wear on the buses, so that if obviously something happened, it protects us from everyone getting shut down if you have the N95 mask on. I can tell you, nothing gets through these things. Holy smokes, it gets hot inside these things.
Well, N95 mask, and you're headed up 95, so maybe it's fitting.
That's good karma, hopefully.
All right, Coach, thank you. We'll talk to you next week for the next edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. Thank you, sir.